If you're familiar with Star Wars canon, you know that Vader has returned to Tatooine a few times after he was put in the suit. One time to just take out a bunch of Tusken Raiders. It was pretty terrifying. In some newly released pages, we see that after The Empire Strikes Back and after he did the whole hand thing with Luke, he returned to Tatooine one more time and visited a certain homestead.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
So post The Empire Strikes Back, and Luke rejecting Vader's offer in the politest way possible.
Come with me. It is the only way.
Ungrateful. Typical rebel scum. No manners. Well, post that, Vader went on a journey to discover the son he never knew to find a way to win him to his side. In the first issue of Darth Vader, the newly launched comic series coming out this Wednesday, he goes to the Lars homestead on Tatooine to learn more about the child he never knew. So the pages show us Vader going to the Lars homestead after being burned in A New Hope with some Death Troopers and a droid. While the droid is giving the history of the Lars, and of course Vader is having flashbacks that are always heartbreaking, especially when it comes to Padme, he eventually gets to the history of a child Owen adopted, Luke Skywalker. This is where the issue gets even sadder because the droid is talking about this adopted child and saying, you know, there's not a lot of official information on it, but we know certain things. Like Luke had an affinity for flying and he was really good at it, which, you know, like father, like son. The droid continues pointing out Luke's toys and tools, and Vader continues to have flashbacks to a younger Anakin talking about how good he is at fixing things. The droid also points out how Luke was really good at taking care of his droids, which we know Anakin also was very good at taking care of droids and constructing them, and that he had a specific vat, but that vat had long been destroyed by Tusken Raiders after the Lars homestead was burned out, which of course gives us a flashback to Anakin after he slaughtered the Tusken Raiders following his mom's death. Seriously, Padme, when someone talks about slaughtering a whole group of sentient beings, maybe be a little bit more afraid, but whatever. Sadly, this changes into Vader remembering giving the offer to Padme to join him, a similar offer he gave to his son, and how they both rejected him. He then sees himself losing his son, his wife, and his mother. The last page we get is Vader taking out his lightsaber in anger, thinking the Lars made Luke weak. The droid realizes Vader came here to punish someone, but unfortunately there isn't anyone there for him to punish. Which is where you're incorrect, droid. You're probably about to get brutally murdered. Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of the Vader comic series, and I'm really excited to see Vader post The Empire Strikes Back and what he's up to between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, specifically trying to woo Luke to his side. Because Vader is very aware of all the shenanigans Palpatine did and how bad Palpatine has been fucking him over, and so he really, really wants to get rid of Palpatine and join up with Luke to rule the Empire together. So I cannot wait for Wednesday to see the rest of this issue.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.